chase ending in a deadly crash. We are live from the scene with the details.
Plus, an update on the decision to remove Donald Trump from 2 states' primary ballots. What move the former president is expected to make today.
And a chilly start to the morning. The wind chill values, the feels like temperature in the teens. It's going to be pretty quiet this week, but a storm next week. More coming up.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. Thanks for waking up with us. You're waking up to wind chills in the teens today. Not single digits. We're not quite there, but it's cold out there.
It is feeling chilly. Kelly Slifka is also tracking a snowmaker a few days out. Let's start with this morning, though. Where are we at?
Yeah, our wind chill values have been in the teens this morning. We're down to 13. This is what it feels like on your exposed flesh. The wind out there out of the southwest at 10 miles an hour feels like 9 currently in Platteville. So definitely feeling like January. 23 right now in Madison, the actual temperature. It's 24 in Middleton. Mazomanie, 23 as well this morning. We did clear out overnight, and that's what's brought in some cold air. But it looks like the clouds will win out. Generally quiet most of the week, just some flurries here and there. Temperature slightly above average, it looks like most of the week into the weekend. But things are definitely going to change early next week. First, we'll get the snow. Then we'll get the cold behind that system. All right, in the meantime, we are expecting some clouds to fill on in as we go through the morning hours into the afternoon. We'll call it mostly cloudy as temperatures climb into the mid-30s today, running above our average, which typically is in the upper 20s this time of the year. But we're starting out in the 20s this morning, rising through the 30s. More clouds expected for the afternoon hours with that southwest wind. It will feel a little bit colder than that. We'll talk about some flurries this week, but also that potential for a big snowmaker next week coming up.
All right, Kelly Slifka, thank you. Now to that breaking news this morning. 3 people are dead following a police chase in Cottage Grove.
Shane Hogan is live from the scene with what we know this morning. Shane, new details just in the last couple of hours.
Yeah, Chris and Leah, we are live at the intersection of Femright and Buckeye Road here in Cottage Grove, where a police chase that started in Monona ended up here in Cottage Grove, ultimately leaving 3 people dead. We got some video overnight from a viewer. I want you to take a look at the scene after the crash. Now, this whole incident started around 9 p.m. last night when Monona police officers stopped a suspicious vehicle inside that city. The car police stopped, took off, and started this chase, and at one point a Dane County deputy then deployed a spike strip, and the car crashed right here again at this intersection of Femright and Buckeye Road. Again, all 3 people in the car died. They were pronounced dead on scene. Right now, those involved officers are on administrative duty per agency policy. The Department of Criminal Investigations with the DOJ is now leading this investigation. It is worth noting, guys, that the Dane County deputy car and the squad car of Monona Police were both equipped with dash cam video. We will wait to see if that video gets released, and of course, any updates you can follow along on air and online at channel3000.com. Chris, Leah?
Shane Hogan with that breaking news this morning. Shane, thank you very much.
2 people accused of leading deputies on a different high-speed chase are facing charges this morning. This chase started in Jefferson County at about 10:20 on New Year's Eve. Dodge County deputies ended up picking up the pursuit and say the suspects were going 110 miles an hour on Highway 26. At one point, deputies put out spike strips, but the car kept going on its rims. The driver eventually stopped and took off. Deputies arrested the passenger and later found the driver nearby. He'd fallen into a river and had to be treated for hypothermia. The passenger is facing charges related to drugs and resisting arrest. The driver is facing charges for the chase and other outstanding warrants.
A woman is facing charges in an East Side stabbing from New Year's Eve night. Police say it happened at a house on Jennifer Street near the Willie Street Co-op. Officers say they arrived to find a chaotic scene around 9. First responders took a 43-year-old man to the hospital with stab wounds. He is expected to survive. The woman arrested faces charges including first-degree recklessly endangering safety.
Donald Trump's legal team is expected to appeal rulings in Maine and Colorado removing his name from primary ballots. Sources familiar with his plan say we could see that appeal as soon as today. The decision to take Trump off the ballot is based on the 14th Amendment's insurrectionist clause. That clause says anyone who's taken an oath to support the Constitution and engaged in an insurrection cannot hold office.
As we look ahead to the GOP presidential primaries, we're getting some information about voters' outlook on the election. A new AP poll finds a widespread lack of trust among Democrats and Republicans. Less than half of Republicans say they're highly confident their votes will be counted accurately. That's compared to 72% of Democrats, who also have low confidence in the GOP's vote counting process. The margin of error for this poll is 4 percentage points.
To Wisconsin's redistricting case now. All parties have until Thursday to ask the state Supreme Court to reconsider its decision to redraw voting districts. A host of Republican state senators have already done so, arguing they can't meet the court's January 12th deadline for submitting new maps. This follows last month's ruling that current maps are unconstitutional. Elections officials say lawmakers have until March 15th to rework the maps for them to be in play for the 2024 general election.
Taking a live look at the state capitol this morning, the legislature will return from break tomorrow with the first public hearing of the new year. A Senate committee is going to hear a bill about expanding a law on earned release for prisoners. Current law allows eligible inmates serving nonviolent crimes to earn early release if they complete a substance abuse program. A Senate bill would allow inmates who complete an employment readiness training program to do the same. The hearing is scheduled for 11 tomorrow morning.
In Washington, Congress returns to work next week with a list of issues to tackle. At the top, a surge in migration at the U.S.-Mexico border. Record migration is pushing federal, state, and local government resources to their limits. In Texas, Governor Greg Abbott says his state can't handle the surge, so he's sending migrants north. And as both parties blame each other in the current political battle, immigration rights advocates are warning about the consequences facing real people.
Likely, we will see more people die as a result of the inability of governments to really address the humanitarian needs.
Right now, the federal government, keep this in mind, is up and running on a temporary funding plan. If lawmakers can't reach a new deal when they're back from recess, federal transportation programs, housing, and food plans could shut down on the 19th. The Departments of Health and Human Services, State, and Defense would shut down on February 2nd.
Now to the war between Israel and Hamas. This morning, Israel's removing thousands of troops from Gaza. A senior U.S. official says it's a sign of the country's shift to a less intense phase of the war. Still, though, its military says it will prepare for the continuation of fighting throughout 2024. It comes as the U.S. continues to pressure Israel to change its tactics and start directing its targets to hit Hamas more directly.
The withdrawal follows a major ruling from Israel's Supreme Court. Justices struck down a controversial plan to limit the court's checking powers on Israel's government. The government passed that plan last year. Israel saw massive protests for most of 2023 until Hamas's October attack. The decision will likely bring rifts inside Israel's war cabinet, which includes two prominent critics of President Benjamin Netanyahu's efforts to overhaul the judiciary.
We will continue to bring you the latest on the war in Israel and Gaza and the U.S. response to it. Stay up to date over on the Channel 3000 News app.
6:07 now. If you thought 2023 was expensive for travel, brace yourself. Things are not looking much better for 2024. Forecasts show this year planes will be full, prices will rise, and demand will be high. The International Transport Association predicts there will be 4.7 billion flyers in 2024. That's more than what we saw pre-pandemic with 4.5 billion people flying in 2019. Airline tickets are predicted to go up from an average of $766 last year to $780 this year.
Well, somebody's not worrying about those prices because they're kicking off the new year as a mega millionaire. Powerball tickets sold in Michigan matches Monday night's numbers, drawing $842 million. This is the 5th largest Powerball jackpot, the 10th largest U.S. lottery ever won. The cash value here, $425 million.
I'm telling you, these jackpots are getting out of control.
What do you even do with all that money?
Oh,
You'd find a way
I
to
think
spend
you'd
it?
find a way.
Yeah, you think
People
so?
always say that. I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do with all that money.
Wouldn't know what to do
Believe
with it.
me, I just, it ain't that hard.
You'd still find us at work.
Right.
Because we're dedicated.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure.
Just check
yeah.
back in with us once we win that. Bill.
Oh, boy. Kelly?
A cold start to our Tuesday morning here. We did clear out overnight, but it looks like the clouds are going to win in later today. Just a few flurries this week, but we're watching a bigger storm system next week. More coming up in the First Warn forecast.
Plus, how a former hip-hop star's life-saving experience is inspiring him to help others, all in honor of his son.
And a disappointing loss in Tampa. That is how the Badgers football season ended. Up next, we're going to hear from the players after their bowl game.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, weeknights on CBS.
Hi, welcome to Toyotathon.
Thanks. Now that the holidays are over, I'm getting a Camry.
And we're getting a RAV4 hybrid.
And I'm getting a Tundra.
Oh, and you're getting a belly rub.
And I'm getting a truck.
Right now, during Toyotathon, you can get $2,000 cash back on a new Tundra Hybrid when you finance through Toyota Financial Services.
Come in today, but you're already here.
Toyota, let's go places.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something on the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This new year is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
We can't help what you do before you go to bed, but we can make sure the sleep is solid once you finally get there. And during the extended New Year's super sale at Denver Mattress, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or purchase a Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 gift. Check out the Summit for only $299.99, plus 6 years no interest financing and free shipping. Here's to 365 nights of better sleep. Happy New Year from Denver Mattress.
You're watching the Emmy Award-winning News 3 Now this morning.
At the annual New Year's Day Tournament of the Roses Parade in California, the nonprofit One Legacy honored organ donors and recipients.
Tanya Backus introduces us to a hip-hop artist who's benefited from an organ donation and is now raising awareness for a cause.
Among the bands and floats at this year's Tournament of Roses Parade was hip-hop artist Freeway.
We still hustle till the sun come up.
The rapper was boosted to stardom in the early 2000s as a member of Jay-Z's Rockefeller Records. But at the parade, he was recognized for something other than his music.
When I was diagnosed with end-stage renal failure back in September 2015, instead of hiding what I was going through from the world, we immediately stood in front of it.
I miss the hood when I'm traveling.
Freeway, whose real name is Leslie Pridgeon, received a life-saving kidney transplant in 2019 after spending 4 years on dialysis. In 2020, when his son Jihad died unexpectedly, the family made the decision to pay it forward.
That moment when they came to me in the hospital and asked me and my family, will we let him be an organ donor? It meant everything to me because I know what it felt like. I was on dialysis for 4 years, so I know what it feels like to wait for a life-sustaining kidney. So it was no question.
Jihad's donation saved 4 lives. He and other organ, eye, and tissue donors were honored on the One Legacy Donate Life float with a fluorograph.
The experience was breathtaking.
While his passion is still music, Freeway says advocacy is now his purpose. Monday, he rode on the float beside his son's image with other transplant recipients, honoring the donor who saved his life and uplifting the memory of his son who saved others. Danya Backus, CBS News, Pasadena, California.
The One Legacy float also won the Judges Award for Dramatic Impact. Freeways also started the Freedom Thinkers Academy to continue to further his cause and provide music and education to those who share his experiences and passion.
I don't know. Hard to name a more powerful legacy than passing that gift of life on to somebody else.
Certainly making a difference.
All right, let's check in with Kelly Slifka. He is out on the patio. How's it feeling out there, Kelly?
Yeah, it's feeling like it should. It's a chilly start to the morning, and it will be a milder afternoon, actually, than yesterday. We did actually clear out overnight, but unfortunately, it looks like these clouds that you see off to the west are going to fill in, so not really great timing, but we are maybe going to see a little bit of sunshine, especially this morning with the clear skies, but definitely a morning you'll need to bundle up, as temperatures are in the 20s. Now, take a look at the last 12 days. We only had one day below average, and that was yesterday. The first day of 2024 was very close to average at 28 degrees, but you can see we were well above average throughout much of that holiday week. In fact, on Christmas Day, we peaked out at 54 degrees. All right, the snow, obviously with the warmer than average temperatures, we haven't been able to really accumulate any snow, just minor accumulations in southwestern areas of the state, but much of Wisconsin just lacking the snow. You really have to go back to the Dakotas to see any snow, significant snow on the ground. 23 right now with the clear skies. The winds are out of the southwest at 9. Feels like 13. The sun will be up at 7:29 this morning. Now, things are going to be changing. This is early next week. This will be potentially the most significant snow event of the season so far. The question is, will it get far enough to the north? And things are coming together that it looks like it will. That'll bring us some snow, some accumulating snow. Still a little bit too early to tell how much, but we'll track this for you on one of our computer models. Monday, most of the daylight hours dry, but Monday night into Tuesday, that's like when we'll likely see that snow really start to get going. The main track of the storm down to our south, but we'll be close enough to it, the way it looks right now anyway, to get some accumulating snow out of that system. A few flurries, but fairly quiet most of this week. Temperatures running a little bit above average most of the week into the weekend, but there is that snow potential. And then eventually some colder air expected to move in later next week. Meantime, the clouds will win out going into the morning hours into the afternoon as temperatures climb into the mid-30s. So a little bit milder than yesterday. 23 right now in Madison, 25 in Janesville, 26 in the Dells, 23 in Watertown. Right now, Sauk City at 22, Waunakee 22, 21 currently in Verona. First warning forecast, looking at just some flurries later tonight, tomorrow. More clouds than anything. A little cooler, but some sun on Thursday. We cloud back up, return back to the 30s this weekend with just some snow flurries expected. Then we do have first warn alert days for that snow potential and accumulating snow later Monday. That'll continue into Tuesday, and we can expect some much colder weather by the middle of next week.
All right, Kelly Slifka, thank you. Well, it was a close one for the Badger football team at the ReliQuest Bowl yesterday, but after leading by double digits early on, they just could not hang on against LSU.
Painful ending to that bowl game. Our sports director, Zach Hanley, was there. He has a full recap.
The last time Wisconsin faced LSU, the scene was Lambeau Field. This time around, a different NFL stadium and a lot on the line. Their 8th win of the year, sending the seniors out right, and a ReliQuest Bowl trophy. And you want to talk about starting fast? Wisconsin's first drive ended in points. Tanner Mordecai lofts one up to Bryson Green, and he mosses a dude to put the Badgers up 7-0. Tied at 14 in the second, just before halftime, and Mordecai finds a wide-open Will Pauling in the back of the end zone for his second tutty. Wisconsin led by 7 at the break. Second half, more of the same, but from the ground game. Jackson Aker, the Verona legend, makes one cut, and he gone. 33 yards to the house, and the Badgers are in business. Unfortunately for them, the Tigers always had an answer. Fourth quarter, UW up 3, and Garrett Nussmeier hits Brian Thompson Jr. in the end zone. That'd be the winner. Badgers fall 35-31 and fail to send the seniors out with a win.
Probably the way we played today. We played to the finish. Obviously, we didn't come out victorious, but I know everybody in that locker room, all those seniors gave everything they got for this program and for this team today, so I'm thankful for those guys.
We obviously underperformed, and which sucks because you want to do the best you can and send your seniors out on a high note. But you got to carry the tradition, and now it's time for other guys to step up.
Luke Fickell summed up the loss with the obvious, saying it hurts, but he also praised this group for the fight they showed all season long and said he couldn't be prouder of the guys in that locker room. At Raymond James Stadium on a pirate ship, Zach Hanley, News 3 Sports.
If you got to lose a bowl game, at least you can talk about it on a pirate ship.
A silver lining.
That's what, all we got.
Lining.
All we got.
Oh, man. A disappointing loss for the Badgers for sure. We just had such high expectations to start the season off with Luke Fickell coming in.
Tanner Mordecai looked pretty decent in this game, though, so I'm optimistic about the next season.
Yeah, it helps. It helps when you get sparks like that. But when you give up that many points that many times, hard to pull off a victory.
You got to have hope, Chris.
Here's to next year.
All right, it's 6:20. Coming up, an unexpected collaboration. The celebrity who's joining sports legends for this year's coverage of the Paris Olympics.
In our next half hour, we'll introduce you to Madison's first baby of 2024.
And as we head to break, a look at gas prices across Dane County and Wisconsin this morning. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Brought to you by Toyota.
Want to instantly look more attractive, years younger, and even healthier? The solution is whiter teeth. Even teeth that are just a little yellow are a problem. They rob your appearance, make you look older, and can hurt your confidence. But you love coffee and tea, maybe even wine or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs, the fast 5-minute revolutionary treatment.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, "What have you been trying?" I said, "Well, I've tried this product called Power Swab." And he said, "I can't believe how white your teeth are." So from that point on, I've been sold.
My absolute favorite thing was how easy it was. It takes literally less than 5 minutes.
Power Swabs has made a really big difference in lifting the stains and making my smile more beautiful.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first application. And after 5-minute daily treatments for the next week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Plus, unlike other whitening methods, Power Swabs will whiten natural teeth and remove stains from veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. Power Swabs are easier on your gums and cause less sensitivity.
I've used strips and trays, and they both gave me really sensitive teeth. With the Power Swabs, I've been using them for a week and nothing. I had hot coffee this morning and ice cream last night and no problems.
It's time to discover what you've been missing. Now, it's your turn to get started with Power Swabs.
I like my smile. I like my smile after finishing the Power Swabs.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now to receive 50% off this new year. You'll also receive the Power Swabs Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. And in addition, you will also get free shipping. Order right now and take the Power Swabs 5-minute challenge. If your teeth aren't a full 2 shades whiter after your first application, simply return it and you'll get your money back.
Hello, everyone. I'm giving this lamp away.
I'm interested.
Great. When can you pick it up? Hello?
I'm interested.
Can you pick it up today? Why did you message me?
I'd be interested.
Are you, though?
Yeah.
You bring lamp to me.
Save yourself the hassle of selling stuff online and donate it to the Salvation Army instead. Now accepting donations at our new Madison location, opening this February.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Welcome back. We want to take a minute and celebrate one of our very own this morning. Craig has been working at News 3 Now for something like 35 years. He's been working the overnights, doing the Lord's work here, helping us out.
Right.
He is such a familiar face, but he's retiring today.
He keeps News 3 on the air overnight.
He does, yes.
Helps us out in the morning. Always ray of positivity, a good attitude. Hard to have a good attitude when you work these lousy hours.
And he is never in a bad mood.
Never.
He always has a smile on his face and something nice to say.
Craig, we will miss you. And Here's to the next chapter.
You are certainly loved, Craig. Please come back and visit.
Well, in our talker this morning, we're talking about this. The Olympics are coming up, right?
Yeah.
2024 is an Olympic year. It's going to be in Paris this summer. And guess who's going to be joining the party?
You'll never guess.
Snoop Dogg is going to be on hand for primetime programming on NBC's broadcast and the Peacock streaming hub. It may seem like an unlikely candidate, but NBC's tested out some new ideas for its primetime hours. Hey, let's see what happens when we put Snoop Dogg on TV, right? The rapper also has experience. He joined Kevin Hart for Olympics commentary on Peacock during the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. That coverage got the platform tens of millions of views.
Hey, if it worked once, why not try again?
Yeah, we'll see how that is. I mean, there is this demand or an appetite for alternate commentary.
Entertainment during these sports. I was telling you, the Pat McAfee show was doing play-by-play for one of the bowl games yesterday. I thought that was really entertaining. So
you see ESPN do this with their Manning cast during Monday Night Football.
Sure.
Having personalities instead of, your traditional broadcasters and your color commentary. So yeah, it is the newest chapter in this development of how we consume these types of programs.
Well, there you go, Snoop Dogg.
All right.
Good luck.
Over to Kelly now and a preview of the forecast.
Yeah, chilly start to the morning. We do have wind chill values in the teens, so definitely bundle up if you are headed out the door. Temperatures in the 30s this afternoon. We'll see mostly cloudy skies. High temperature of 35 later today.
We'll be back after this, folks. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this? This is better.
Join the judgment-free zone today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends January 12th.
It's a robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward? Ingenious.
Sardine fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO.
I'm Jonathan Lawson, here to tell you about life insurance through the Colonial Penn program. If you're age 50 to 85 and looking to buy life insurance on a fixed budget, remember the 3 Ps.
The 3 what?
The 3 Ps.
What are the 3 Ps?
The 3 Ps of life insurance on a fixed budget are price, price, and price. A price you can afford, a price that can't increase, and a price that fits your budget.
I'm 54 and was a smoker, but quit. What's my price?
You can get coverage for $9.95 a month.
I'm 65, retired, and take medications. What's my price?
Also $9.95 a month.
I just turned 80 and I'm on a fixed income. What's my price?
$9.95 a month for you too. If you're age 50 to 85, call now about the #1 most popular whole life insurance plan available through the Colonial Penn program. Options start at $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. You cannot be turned down because of your health. No medical exam, no health questions. Your acceptance is guaranteed. And this plan has a guaranteed lifetime rate lock, so your rate can never go up for any reason. Options start at $9.95 a month. Plus, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. So call now for free information, and you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. Use this valuable guide to record your important information and give helpful direction to your loved ones with your final wishes. And it's yours free, just for calling. So call now for free information.
Call 1-800-914-3131 for your free information and your free gift. That's 1-800-914-3131. There's no risk or obligation. 1-800-914-3131. Call now.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this? This
is better.
Join the judgment-free zone today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends January 12th.
Breaking news out of Cottage Grove this morning. The DOJ investigating a deadly crash after a police chase.
And the number of deaths continues to rise in Japan after a series of earthquakes hit the country.
Definitely feeling like winter this morning. Temperature starting out in the lower 20s. We're headed into the 30s today. We're tracking a storm system next week. More coming up.
Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
I'm Chris Stanford. It is a new year.
It is.
Yeah, it's 2024. Sounds like the future, doesn't it?
Happy New Year.
Any big plans we got going on? What's on the agenda for 2024?
Ooh, that's a good question. Anything? Do you have any resolutions? I need to write mine down still. I'm always late with these.
Right. It's always a good time just to reset.
Have a baby is pretty high up on the list.
Right. That's probably your top priority.
Get that done.
For an expecting mother. So we'll have a lot to look forward to in 2024. Hope yours is off to a good start as well. Let's check in with Kelly Slifka. He's got your certified most accurate forecast here in the new year. Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Definitely starting to feel a little bit more like winter this morning, just like yesterday. We were in the 20s all day yesterday, but we're going to rise into the 30s today, but we're starting out at 23 in Madison, Middleton, 23, Mount Vernon at 23 as well. Wind chill values are a bit of a factor. We have a southwest wind that will bring us some milder temperatures today, but it also is adding a wind chill. The feels like temperature, 13 currently in Madison, 8 is what it feels like right now in Monroe. So bundle up this morning, but it will be fairly dry this week. We do have some snow flurries here and there. Really no accumulation with that. Temperatures near to slightly above average all week long through the weekend. Next week, though, things are going to change, and they're going to change pretty drastically. First, we've got some snow, and then eventually some much colder weather. So clouds will fill in as we go through the morning hours into the afternoon as we climb through the mid-30s today. So we're a little bit warmer than where we were yesterday, running above average. So we get up to about 35, becoming mostly cloudy. Dry today, maybe a few flurries later tonight and tomorrow, but we're tracking that more significant storm system early next week. More coming up.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Now to that breaking news this morning. 3 people are dead following a police chase in Cottage Grove.
Shane Hogan is live from the scene this morning. Shane, what do we know?
Yeah, Leah, Chris, good morning to you. We are live at the intersection of Femrite and Buckeye Road here in Cottage Grove. It's the scene of this car crash that started as a police chase in the city of Monona. Take a look at this video we got overnight from a viewer. Now, this whole incident started around 9 p.m. last night when Monona police officers stopped a suspicious vehicle inside that city. Now, the car police stopped, took off, and started this whole chase. At one point, a Dane County deputy deployed a spike strip, and the car crashed right here at this intersection again at Femrite and Buckeye Road in Cottage Grove. Again, all 3 people in that car died. They were pronounced dead here at the scene. Right now, those involved officers are on administrative duty per their agency's policy. And this department, or the investigation now, will be head up by the Department of Criminal Investigations with the DOJ. That investigation is ongoing. Now, guys, it is worth noting, too, that the squad cars involved here, both the Dane County Sheriff's Office car and the Monona police officer car, were equipped with dashboard cameras, so it'll be interesting to see if those get released to kind of piece together what happened here. I want you to take a look at this tree here behind me. This is where we believe this crash ended and where the car went off the road and crashed into that tree. Again, 3 people dying as a result. Again, as we learn more today throughout the day, make sure you follow along on channel3000.com. Chris, Leah?
All right, Shane Hogan giving us a look at the scene of the crash there. Thank you, Shane. Now to Japan, where local officials say at least 48 people have died after a series of powerful earthquakes yesterday. Japanese officials say around 1,000 military personnel are helping with search and rescue operations this morning. There was a tsunami warning out for a while in the region that was lifted earlier this morning. CBS News' Jared Hill reports now from New York.
Cleanup and rescue efforts are underway in western Japan as shocking new images show the extent of the damage from yesterday's strong earthquakes. The series of about 20 quakes struck just after 4 p.m. local time on New Year's Day, the strongest, measuring at a magnitude of 7.6. The violent tremors caused buildings to collapse, roads to split, sparked raging fires, and triggered massive waves and tsunami warnings.
The whole room was shaking, the TV was shaking. It is quite scary.
Thousands of people in Japan were visiting shrines and temples, a New Year's Day tradition when the ground started to shake.
And at first, people just were stunned.
American TV producer and Japan resident Daniel Smith says he was visiting this shrine when the quakes began.
We didn't feel like the normal, you got an earthquake for, tremors for a couple of minutes. This felt more significant than that. And it felt a lot more dangerous.
Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida says there's widespread damage and numerous human casualties. Officials there are warning residents in some areas not to return to their homes, fearing there could be more quakes. Jared Hill, CBS News.
President Biden released a statement last night saying that he and the First Lady are praying for the people in Japan who've been impacted. He also said his administration is in touch with Japanese officials and that the U.S. stands ready to provide assistance.
Also overseas, a developing story out of South Korea. The leader of the country's Democratic Party is in the hospital following a knife attack. Lee Jae-myung was stabbed while touring a construction site. A man lunged at him from the crowd, managed to stab him in the neck. The cut was substantial. Doctors say Lee had damage to his jugular. South Korea's president, who beat Lee in the last election, is condemning the attack. It's not clear what Lee's condition is this morning.
Meanwhile, things are heating up to the north. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un kicked off 2024 with a dire warning to the U.S., and it doesn't look like he'll stop anytime soon. During a meeting to set state goals for the new year, Kim vowed to launch 3 additional military spy satellites, produce more nuclear material, and introduce attack drones in 2024. He then spoke to the world at a rally for the new year, vowing to annihilate the U.S. and South Korea if provoked. Kim suggested he'll intensify weapons testing ahead of the U.S. presidential election as well. Experts say that could be an attempt to increase his leverage.
Let's take a live look now at Atlanta, Georgia, where the CDC is headquartered. The organization is warning about a continued rise in respiratory illnesses this morning as we come out of the holiday season. The week before Christmas, more than 29,000 people were hospitalized with COVID. Another 15,000 were admitted for the flu, thousands more with RSV. Current estimates now put the rate of COVID infection on par with some of the worst moments of the pandemic, including infection rates during the Omicron spike and before vaccines were rolled out. Wastewater analysis shows COVID in the environment more this time than this time last year. Here in Wisconsin, same story. Wastewater data appears to show COVID on the rise for us as well. Of all sites tested, only 5 aren't in the very high concentration category. Places like Portage are seeing a significant increase in just the past week. One reason infection rates might be up could be due to low vaccination rates. Experts recommend, if you haven't gotten your shot, to do so and consider wearing a mask.
Well, the Badgers are headed back home from Tampa after a close loss in the Relay Quest Bowl. After leading by double digits early, they just could not hang on against LSU. Wisconsin struck first. Badgers' first drive ended in points. Tanner Mordecai here lofted one up to Bryson Green. That put the Badgers up 7-0. Tied at 14 just before the half, Mordecai finds a wide open Will Pauling in the back of the end zone for his second touchdown. Wisconsin led by 7 at the break. Second half, more the same from the Badgers. This time, getting things done on the ground. Jackson Acker, the Verona legend. One cut and he's gone 33 yards all the way into the end zone. Unfortunately, LSU just had all the answers. Fourth quarter there, UW up by 3. Garrett Nessmeyer hits Brian Thompson Jr. in the end zone. And that'd do it. Badgers fall 35-31 and fail to send seniors out on a high note.
We played to the finish. Obviously, we didn't come out victorious, but I know everybody in that locker room, all those seniors gave everything they got for this program and for this team today, so I'm thankful for those guys.
We obviously underperformed, and which sucks because you want to do the best you can and send your seniors out on a high note. But you got to carry the tradition, and now it's time for other guys to step up.
Coach Fickle summed up the loss with the obvious. He said it hurts, but he ended up praising the group for the fight that they showed all season and said that he couldn't be prouder of the guys in the locker room.
Sky-high expectations for this season. Didn't quite shake out like we hoped, but we still were above 500. I think we were 7-6 overall.
Right. They have a lot to be proud of, a lot to work on in the offseason. And if you have learned anything about Coach Fickle over this last year, is that he is a workaholic.
Yes.
So if there's going to be an agenda this offseason for them to work out just some of the kinks, just iron out some of the wrinkles, and here's to next season.
Tanner Mordecai looking good too. Yeah, I'm optimistic for sure.
He did look good. Had a lot of good passes yesterday.
All right, it's 6:39 on your Tuesday. Coming up after the break, a family using their voice to raise money for a cause close to their heart.
And starting off chilly this morning with readings in the 20s. We did clear out, but some clouds will be moving on in. Fairly quiet this week, but we're tracking a big storm system next week. More coming up.
Start the new year off right. Wrap up your bathroom project with help from Menards. Complete your remodel with American Standard toilets. They feature a slow close lid and are engineered to prevent clogs. Get this tight and tall round toilet for just $199. Check out our great selection of Lions tubs and showers that will match your style and budget while refreshing your bathroom. This elite tub and shower surround is now just $499.99. Big buys, big savings.
Save big money at Menards.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org. or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
We've been spending a lot more time than ever at home these days. So maybe now you've just noticed cold air coming in from a couple windows, or that your patio door isn't closing fully, which means you're losing heat in the winter, losing cooling in the summer, losing money all year long. And that means now is the time for new windows and patio doors from Renewal by Andersen. Most installations are usually done in just one day. Renewal by Andersen windows and doors can help lower your heating bills and air conditioning bills with their most energy efficient glass available. Only their windows are made with Fibrex material, proven to be 2 times stronger than vinyl. And they're backed by a 20-year warranty. And right now, when you buy one window or patio door, get one at 40% off. Plus, there's no money down, no payments for 12 months, and no interest for 12 months. Plus, an additional $200 off your entire purchase.
1-800-216-7421.
Have a great night and do something good. I started saying it because I was just so tired of all the bad news in the world. People are out there doing great things. I've experienced it. And believe me, it can change your day. Tell us about the good you see. Go to Channel 3000 or post it using the hashtag #DoSomethingGood. I'll share your stories on News 3 Now. Our community is full of wonderful, giving people. Let's celebrate them together. Let's do something good.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. 6:43 on your Tuesday. SSM Health St. Mary's Hospital is celebrating its first baby of 2024. Just after midnight, the Kersting family of Oregon welcomed in to the world baby boy Alexander. Take a look.
Hey, little peanut.
What a cutie. He weighs 9 pounds, 7 ounces, measuring in at 21.5 inches long. His parents, Liana and Luke, say they're thrilled to take him home.
We kind of guessed it was either going to be New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. We weren't sure which, but yeah, kind of a wild ride. But we're happy to be done with it and have him in our arms.
Alexander's official time of birth on his birth certificate is 12:02, just in time for the new year.
Congratulations to the couple. Dozens gathering in Madison to celebrate a baby's birth yesterday, even though she couldn't be with them. Nora's New Year Walk raises money to support families of children at UW Children's Hospital. A journey the parents who brought 2020's first baby into the world know all too well. Here's our Braden Ross.
Baby Nora's time on Earth was short, but her parents are determined that the legacy of Madison's first baby of the decade will live on. On January 1st, Andrea and Dave Elsmo celebrate more than just a change in the calendar. 4 years ago, their lives changed forever when they had baby Nora, the first baby born in Madison in 2020.
She came into the world with a camera in her face and whatever that was, like 3 o'clock in the morning.
But less than 2 years after that photo was taken, everything changed again.
They had called us that day and she had to be booked into the hospital immediately. So we packed our bags in the middle of a workday and went to the Children's Hospital right here in Madison.
Nora was diagnosed with leukemia in July 2021. 10 days later, she was gone.
When we were in the NICU, and we had just amazing doctors and nurses, and it was a very tough experience. One of the things that sort of benefited us and kind of kept us on the rails was Child Life, which is an organization that basically works to speak on behalf of the parents, help kind of translate what the doctors are telling you. Sometimes it's just as much as somebody to play with your kid for an hour so you can get out and get some fresh air.
So when what would have been Nora's second birthday rolled around, they knew just how they wanted to honor her.
3, 2, 1, go!
On New Year's Day 2022, Andrea and Dave held the first annual Nora's New Year Walk, raising money to help Child Life support other families with children in the hospital.
We just got a group of family and friends. It was probably 50 people about.
They chose a place that's as much Nora's as it is theirs.
Because Nora was a COVID baby, we pretty much went on walks all the time to fill our time and get her out of the house. And so this park was the kind of the closest neighborhood park to us in Monona.
And even through all the change yet to come, there's one thing they know will always be there.
I think it's the best place to watch the lake.
If you'd like to support Dave and Andrea's goal, you can find all the information you need online at norasgivingheart.org.
Thanks, Braden. That support is used all year round to help children in the local area who are facing medical emergencies.
Well, quite the show of support for the community there. 6:46, let's check in with Kelly Slifka and your first warn weather. A cold Tuesday out there, Kel.
Yeah, definitely feeling like January now, and it looks like it will remain actually relatively mild this week. Nothing drastic, but next week we're going to see some big changes coming our way. And after December, this was the 4th warmest December. 9.5 degrees above average when you average everything out throughout the entire month. So it was an unusual December. We do have clear skies right now. You notice off to the west, we are seeing some clouds moving in. Eventually, these clouds will win out. We'll see more cloud cover, maybe not as gray as yesterday. And we will start off with some sunshine. I can see the light coming up on the horizon here. So expecting a little bit of sunshine, at least for the morning hours here before some of these clouds start to spread on in. So there you can see the sun coming up on the horizon. We actually have clear skies right now in Madison. Expecting the high up to 35, running above our average of 28. Sun officially up at 7:29. Noticing that sunset is after 4:30 now at 4:33 as we continue to gain some daylight. All right, things will be changing next week. We do have a first warn alert day for all of southern Wisconsin. This is a pretty large storm system. Still a little bit of uncertainty how much it will impact us, but there will likely be some impacts. That'll be later Monday night going into a Tuesday of next week. So on our future track as we start Monday, it looks like most of Monday will be dry. It won't be until later Monday night. As you can see, this blue spreading on in, pink indicating a mix down to the south, and we'll be in line for seeing some accumulating snow. Still too early to see how much, but it could be a significant snowfall for us. We'll keep our eyes on that. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty dry this week, other than a few flurries here and there throughout the week. A bit above average most of the week as well into the weekend, but there is that snowfall potential next week. Then it will turn much colder. So eventually the clouds will win on out as we climb into the mid-30s, so running above average again today. There is that noticeable southwest wind. Currently we're at 23, the actual temperature in Madison, 25 in Janesville, Watertown at 23. Right now in Sun Prairie, 22, Stoughton 22, and Oregon waking up to 22. So a chilly start to the morning, but we're up to the 35 as the clouds move on in. Maybe some flurries tonight going into tomorrow. I think we'll be getting back into some sunshine Thursday, back in the 30s this weekend with some snow flurries. There are those first warn alert days late Monday going into Tuesday, and then it does turn much colder by the middle of next week.
Yep, still early, but we'll keep you updated on those alert days. Kelly, thanks for that first warn. Just about 6:49 on your Tuesday. Coming up in the morning sprint, a high-speed chase over 100 miles an hour lands a few folks in jail.
We're back after this.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
Are you searching for a fresh career? Then join the team at Chalk D Building Systems. We're expanding, now with 2 Sun Prairie locations, and we're looking for individuals to join our team as assemblers, material handlers, order pickers, and machine operators. Chalk D Building Systems competitive pay starts at $22 per hour plus comprehensive benefits. 3 shifts are available with overtime potential, and you'll become part of our 100% employee-owned team. Make your next career move on the careers page at chalkd.com.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
Try it this new year for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. It's a great time to have RG Heating and Air Conditioning check your home's furnace system for safety and efficiency. RG services all brands and installs quality Trane equipment to keep your home running smooth year-round. Call RG Heating and AC today.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but your hair shavings fly everywhere, and she hates that mess. It's impossible to clean up. Introducing VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body electric shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up at the same time. VacuTrim has 20 precise trim length settings built in, so you just dial and trim, groom, shape and edge without any messy whiskers in the sink. VacuTrim's ultra-sharp stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures all the trimmed hair. VacuTrim's vacuum action is so powerful, just watch how it cleans up all this hair. Don't fumble with attachments. Snap on the guide to shape your beard, edge sideburns, or remove the guide to tame unwanted body hair. Get your VacuTrim for only $39.95, and we'll even ship it to you free. Order now.
Call 1-800-348-9342 or go to VacuTrim.com. So call 1-800-348-9342. That's 1-800-348-9342 or go online to VacuTrim.com.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
6:52 time for the morning sprint.
We start with breaking news of a deadly crash involving an attempted traffic stop. Shane Hogan is live with what we know. Shane.
Hey, Chris and Leah, yes, that's right. 3 people died as a result of that police chase ending here in Cottage Grove. I'm going to step out of the scene here so you can take a look at this tree where we believe the car crashed into. Now the DOJ is investigating after the police chase ended here in Cottage Grove. Officers say Monona police stopped the vehicle around 9 p.m. last night, but it took off during that traffic stop. Dane County deputies then used the spike strip to try and stop the vehicle, and that's when the car crashed. All 3 people inside the car were pronounced dead at the scene. All involved officers are now on administrative leave while the investigation takes place. Chris, Leah?
Shane, thank you. Overseas in Japan, at least 48 people are dead after powerful earthquakes hit the country, the strongest registered at a magnitude of 7.6. The tremors caused buildings to collapse and even triggered tsunami warnings. 1,000 military personnel are helping with search and rescue operations.
In South Korea, the leader of the Democratic Party is in the hospital after being stabbed in the neck. It happened while he was touring a construction site. A currently unidentified man lunged at the leader and managed to stab him with a knife. Doctors are worried the damage was to his jugular. but are confident he will recover.
Israel is removing thousands of troops from Gaza this morning. Still, it says it's preparing for the continuation of fighting throughout 2024. Does signal a shift in Israel's stance on the war, becoming less intense. It comes as the U.S. pressures Israel to start targeting Hamas more directly.
Dodge County officials arrested 2 people over the weekend following a cross-county high-speed chase. Speeds reached 110 miles an hour. Deputies used spike strips, but the suspects kept going. The chase ended in the village of Lowell. A passenger was taken into custody. The driver ran from the car and was eventually found by a nearby river and treated for hypothermia, then arrested.
A woman is facing charges in an East Side stabbing from New Year's Eve. Police say it happened at a house on Jennifer Street near the Willie Street Co-op. They say they arrived to find a chaotic scene that night. First responders took a 43-year-old man to the hospital with stab wounds. He is expected to survive. The woman arrested faces charges including first-degree recklessly endangering safety.
The CDC is warning that respiratory illnesses are on the rise. The week before Christmas, more than 29,000 people were hospitalized with COVID. Another 15,000 were admitted for flu and thousands more with RSV. According to the Dane County Health Dashboard, COVID-19 is on the rise across the state, with most areas having a very high concentration of the virus in the wastewater.
Dozens of electric vehicles are no longer eligible for a formerly promised $7,500 tax credit. The Treasury Department's new rules on battery sourcing are kicking in with the new year. The change is meant to curb U.S. reliance on China. Tesla's new Cybertruck and the Volkswagen ID.4 are among the vehicles no longer eligible. Carmakers saying they're now working on regaining that eligibility.
The U.S. population is slightly larger than it was last year. The U.S. Census Bureau says there are now 336 million people in the country. That's up just over a half a percentage point from a year ago. Officials say the combination of births, deaths, and migration will lead to an addition to the population every 24 seconds.
All right, coming up on 7 o'clock on this chilly start to our morning, we do have clear skies for now, but there are some clouds that'll be spreading on in from the south and west, and it'll actually bring us more cloud cover later this afternoon. Temperatures, though, should be on the mild side for this time of the year, headed into the mid-30s, even though it is starting off rather chilly this morning. See the sun coming up on the horizon this morning. As you plan your day, you're going to feel like January, but a little bit milder than yesterday. Temperatures in the mid-30s as we are expecting a little bit of sunshine this morning before those clouds fill in. Other than a few flurries tonight and tomorrow, it should be pretty quiet. Most of the week, more flurries expected this weekend. It's next week on Monday and Tuesday, late Monday, Tuesday, when we do have an alert day for some snow, and it'll be our more significant snowfall the most of the season so far.
Kelly Slifka with that first warn. Thank you.
We'll be back in 30 minutes with the news and weather update.